Hey Aquarius, I am your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, March 26th to Sunday, April 1st, 2018. Now, before I get started, just wanted to let you all know I will be doing an April webinar for this month on Thursday, March 29th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, where I will talk about what this month means, how to use it to the best of your advantage, and what some of the major alignments are. The major alignments for this month do include Saturn and Pluto, both going retrograde, Chiron moving into Aries, which it doesn't do too often, and then Venus, of course, coming into its home sign of Taurus, which I do like a lot. The way I see this month is that we're finally making a transition here from our old life, an old way of doing things, into a new one. And I think by the end of this month and the next month, we're going to feel more stable in life, more secure, more confident coming in, and more lighthearted. And I think this month is when we finally get to that point. But it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of dedication, and it's going to take a lot of determination to bring everything together. But if you can do it, see the end being good. All right. So if that's what you're looking for or interested in, please sign up at the link down below in my description box for my webinar, and hopefully I'll see you there. Now, Aquarius, what we've got going on this week, the sun hanging out in Aries. Okay, and that for you, Aquarius, is your third house of talk and of communication. So there's a lot of thinking going on with you, a lot of talking, a lot of communicating, just maybe mulling things over in your mind, trying to explore ideas. Also, siblings comes into the third house if you're working with siblings, and also your neighbors and your community. So maybe just communicating a lot with your community, working a lot with the people in your neighborhood. Some things can come in along those lines. Okay, with the sun and a square to Mars on Monday. Here's the square, here's Mars, and with Mars in your 12th house of your insides and of your spirituality, I think what you're doing is you're trying to communicate either about some things that are going on inside you in some way, things that are kind of private and kind of hidden. Maybe you're trying to let other people know what's going on inside you in some way. So that could be a thing that's going on. Or maybe you're trying to mull things over in your own mind. Maybe you're doing a lot of thinking about what you want and need in your life to be whole and to be more at peace. So I think that's maybe what these conversations are about, are just things that are going on that are very personal to you about what you need to feel more comfortable, or you yourself just trying to figure out what you need inside. Okay, there could also be, with the 12th house coming in, a strong need as well to overcome the past, how you can maybe talking to people about how you can overcome old situations, an old way of doing things in the past, so that you can start to move on, communicating and thinking about things that resonate more with you now. So those are a bunch of things that could be coming up for you on Monday. As you're doing this thinking and communicating about what you need to feel peaceful and about the past, there could be some unexpected things that do come up on Wednesday. That's because on Wednesday we have Venus moving into a conjunction here with Uranus in your third house of talk and communication. So that could definitely bring some kind of unexpected conversation, I want to say, with someone. Could be a sibling, could just be someone in your community, someone around you in some way. With Venus involved, could be about relationships, or it could be about money coming in, an unexpected kind of conversation about that. Because this is Venus doesn't really like Uranus, and because Venus is in Aries, it could be a little bit unsettling, but it can also bring great insights as well whenever Uranus is involved, and you of course are an Aquarius, so I think it might actually not go too bad for you this week, whatever comes up. Could definitely be some kind of unexpected conversation, maybe, that helps you to understand better what is going on inside and what you need to move on. All right, so that's happening on Wednesday. Then after that, on Thursday and Friday, the sun moves a little bit further through Aries in your third house and makes a square over to Saturn in your 12th house of your insides and your spirituality. And that could definitely bring some kind of decisions or some kind of commitment that needs to be made. The way I see it is you especially are doing a lot of thinking earlier in the week about what you want and need inside to feel comfortable. Then something unexpected comes up, an unexpected conversation, an unexpected insight, and after you get that unexpected insight, then you have to decide, what do I do with this now? What does all of this mean? How do I move forward? And I think the end of the week on Thursday and Friday with this square to Saturn brings some kind of decision, commitment, or choice that it is that you need to make. And that's going to have a lot to do with how you think about your life, about about where your life is going, about who it is that you are, and how you communicate about the things that are important to you in some way. It could be a decision to start to be more open with other people about who it is that you are, about what it is that you really want, and about what it is that you value. All right, and you may have to decide in what ways you express yourself to people, what you express, how you express yourself, and the things that are important to you to move on. All right, going on. I know you've had a lot of second house stuff lately from doing my horoscopes for you, Aquarius, and it could definitely be, right, a commitment to letting people see what's important to you, what you value, what it is that you want, and what it is that you're hoping to create in your life, and to not hide it. All right, so that could be a thing that comes in on Thursday and Friday. All right, even though there could be some decisions and choices that you have to make that could be a little bit restricting with Saturn, the square to Saturn coming in, I do think there's lots of good to be had. All right, because on Friday and Saturday, while this is going on, Mercury hanging out in your third house is going to make a trine over here to the North Node. And that's in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, usually of the one-on-one variety, a business partner, a marriage partner, could even just be a friend that you feel very, very close to. And I think what's going on here is that the more that you can communicate, or the more that you're making these decisions about what to communicate and how to talk to people and think about what's going on inside you, I actually think it's going to help you to form better relationships, to either work better with existing relationships that you already have, because then people are going to know what is really you're all about and what you're thinking, or it's going to help you form new relationships with new people who can help you do the things that you've been wanting to do, okay? So even if it's hard for you maybe to put some things into words that it is that you're feeling inside, I think if you can do it and commit to it at the end of the week, there's a lot of good things that can happen with relationships, with other people being there to help you move forward to accomplish some of the things that you need to feel more whole. All right, so that's what I see going on there. And then on Saturday, we get the full moon happening in Libra, and that for you is going to be in your 9th house of something new and different that you have not done before. Also travel, study, along those lines. And I think this full moon is going to bring some kind of ending or completion in regards to something new that it is that you're doing. Maybe you realized you needed to learn new skills, or you needed to do something else, and I think it's going to bring some kind of completion in that area, so now you can start to communicate about this new thing that you're doing, so that now you can start to make it more familiar. Now you can start to work with people to do something else that you've been thinking about working on for quite some time. The 9th house, I don't mention too much, but also rules your belief system. So maybe there's been some kind of transformation of your beliefs that's been going on, or you've adopted some kind of new belief system as well. And what could be coming in at the full moon is that you finally step into this belief system so that you can start to talk to others about what it is that you believe, and so that you can start to integrate it more into your life as well. Okay, and I think that's what's going on. You're just trying to figure out now how to be more comfortable and more communicative about everything that you've been doing, so that you can finally start to connect with the people that you need to connect with in the right ways. All right, so that's what I see there. Then on Sunday, the very end of this week into next week, we have the Sun and Mercury forming a conjunction in your 3rd house, and Saturn and Mars forming a conjunction in your 12th. And I think what Sunday is definitely going to bring here, I want to say, is a chance for you to start to understand more how you need to communicate, to get more comfortable with the way that you're thinking and communicating with other people, so that you can just feel better going on, and so that it's not so foreign for you to have to do the things that it is that you've been doing. All right, with Mercury and the Sun in your 3rd. With Mars and Saturn in your 12th as well coming conjunct, I think it's also going to help you to finally start to feel like you're making some progress here, kicking some things that no longer worked for you, moving forward, and starting to feel like you're building something that resonates more with you on the inside. So I do see Sunday being good, but it's just a matter of making some hard decisions during the middle to end of the week, committing to communicating about yourself, figuring out what it is you're feeling so that you can talk about it. And I think if you can do some of these maybe hard things, or commit to sitting through, communicating, talking about some things that don't feel quite comfortable, I really do see the end of the week you starting to understand better what it all meant, what it all was for, why you felt the way that you feel, and starting to make progress once again, even if it was hard earlier. All right. So that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. Your card for the week is the 9. It's the 9 upright. of Wands. This card to me indicates defensiveness, protection, being scared in a lot of ways. This to me is definitely a card being scared that someone else is going to tear down your progress, or that you're going to do something and say something wrong with your third house that's going to ruin everything that you've been working hard to do. And I think what this card is saying is, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. You know, don't try to hold on and protect yourself too much, because sometimes when you try to protect yourself because you're scared that other people are going to hurt you, you prevent yourself from saying the things that are exactly what someone else needs to hear, that are exactly on your mind, that it can help you do the exact thing that you're scared you won't be able to do. And I think to me, this card is just a message to say it's good to protect what it is that you have so that you don't lose it. But sometimes if you protect yourself too much, if you clam up too much, if you see everyone as an enemy who's trying to take away something from you that you've worked hard from, you're never going to accomplish the things that you need to accomplish. And it's okay to loosen the grip and to open up, because you're not going to do anything wrong. Okay, things are going to be fine if you just let other people in to see what's going on with you, and stop trying to protect yourself or being afraid of something that has yet to materialize. All right, so that's what I've got for you this week, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.